Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. And today we're talking about my October TBR. This is probably going to be a quicker video than normal because I'm doing things a little bit differently in October. I won't be using the TBR tin and we'll get into how I decided what my TBR was, but I wanted to keep it simple. Now that doesn't mean that I kept it small, but I kept how I decided my books pretty simple. I didn't want to have any rules for it. I wanted to do something cool. And so what that means is that I'm going to go over some books that I want to read, the books for book club, and then some upcoming releases, as well as some paranormal ones I want to try to read since it'll be October. And then I picked 10 viewer recommendations to read in October. And if I finish these 10, if I end up reading these and don't change them out for anything else, I am going to continue to pull viewer recs for the rest of my reads in October. That doesn't mean I won't stray because as a mood reader, I never lock myself into something, but I did scroll through the entire 350 books that I have saved, and I picked some across all genres, subgenres. There we go. So we're going to dive into this with my Rake Appreciation Society read for October. Crystal and I are going to be reading In Bed with a Highlander. Yes, I had one with a horrible sticker that I haven't been able to get off yet. This is the first book in the McCabe trilogy, I believe. I loved Never Seduce a Scot and Highlander Most Wanted. I absolutely love them. I'm very sad that there hasn't been more books in that series, but unfortunately, stuff happens in people's lives. But we do have this series. And so Crystal and I decided we're going to go for that. So I have the audio for this one. I'll actually probably be reading it pretty soon. It's September 21st when I'm filming this. I always film mine about a week early, but I will be getting to this soon. We have our live show the second Thursday in October. I don't know it off the top of my head, so here's our picture. It will be on Crystal's channel like normal, and I cannot wait. Then we are doing a channel buddy read finally this month after taking a month off, which I feel like was good because I was just all over the place in September anyway, and I just wanted to mood read my way through everything, and that's what I did. But I'm going to be reading paranormal as much as I can in October, and so I put up a poll on my community page. So yes, make sure you're subscribed to this channel so that you see those posts. If you're someone who just always looks me up and like isn't subscribed to the channel, number one, why not? You get notified when I upload. It's great. But also you get to see my community posts by doing that, and you get to vote. And everyone picked Hollow Heathens by Nicole Fiorini. This is one I have been trying to read for many months now because I know Mary from More to Mary just absolutely loved this. And so I put up a poll with a couple different paranormal options, and you guys picked this one. So we're going to give this one a go. I believe this is witchy, and that's all I know. So then the other paranormal reads that I had picked out of my Kindle, these are all ones that I already have purchased. I want to read Jacob by Jacqueline Frank. This is a vampire book, I believe. It's the first in a series. I know Bree from In Love and Words really, really loves this one. So I decided, I had bought it after she had talked about it in a video, and I was like, now's the time. And then I want to read Dragon in the Blood by Juliet Cross. I still haven't finished her this series. I think this is is this the Veil of Star series? I can't remember which series this is, but now all the books in the series are out, and I want to finish the series up, and October is the perfect time to do it, so we're gonna do it. This is like a fantasy paranormal. There's dragons and things. It's great. Then I just announced today, as of filming this, that Serena Akeroyd is going to be on my channel on October 17th. And so that being said, I want to read some more of her books. This woman has like 70 plus books across all subgenres of romance. She has a lot of reverse harems, which I don't absolutely love, but I want to try one by her and see how I feel. So I have a couple different ones here. One of her books just came out in audio, and I believe Shane East is doing all of the voices for them. And so there's Hers to Keep by Serena Ackroyd. Then I want to try to read Trinity, which I believe is paranormal. And I also want to read Wolfchild, which I think is a shifter reverse harem. I don't know much about these. I just went to her Goodreads and picked some books from different series she has, because I've read a couple of her like erotic contemporaries a few years ago. And then of course I've read the Filthy books, a lot of the Filthy Fecker books, some of her MC, and then the Dawn and the Lady. And I want to pick out some others. So those are the Serena Ackroyds I want to read. Then the upcoming releases in October that I will be getting ARCs for. I know this already, that I'll be getting ARCs for them. And they also all come out in the month of October. So that is The Temptation by Nikki Sloan. This release date got pushed. It was supposed to come out in September, but then she needed to rewrite some parts of it, and she had some family stuff. So this is book 5 in the Filthy Rich Americans, and this is going to be Vince's story, and I'm very excited for it. Then, funnily enough, another Serena Ackroyd, Filthy Secret, will be coming out, which I'm sure we'll talk a lot about in the live show. Dangerous Temptation by Gianna Darling. This is going to be her entry into the Midnight Dynasty, and this is going to be a Guardian Ward age gap romance with, I believe, a pretty like grumpy kind of mean hero, and I'm here for it. Then I actually have 2 books by Sophie Lark coming in October, and we're so lucky. We're getting her entry into the Underground Kings series, which I'm trying to read as many arcs for this series as I can. I applied for a lot of them. I just haven't heard if I got them or not. But Sophie Lark and Jane Henry wrote The Bratva's Heir together. Very excited to read this. And then Sophie's new serial killer duet begins coming out in October. I think it's coming out just like a couple weeks apart or a month. I'm not sure, but the first one comes out. It's called There Are No Saints. The covers were just finally shared. She actually shared the covers of these with me back when she was on my show or on my channel, and I've just been patiently waiting for y'all to see them. Aren't they fucking gorgeous? Oh my gosh. So there's that. Okay, so those are all of the ones that are like upcoming that I'm going to read and everything. And then here are the 10 viewer recommendations that I'm going to prioritize, okay? These are the ones I'm going to try to do the most. I don't know much about any of these because I just picked them from my list. So some of them I know what they're about just because I know what the books are, but here we go. I picked Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. This has been on my list forever, and it's been recommended quite a few times across different platforms to me. So I picked this one. The Dare by Harley Leroux. I've been wanting to read this anyway, for sure, but also because I know this one is shorter, I did, set myself up in some ways. I picked a few shorter ones just in case I'm ever like struggling with which one to choose. I can kind of default to the fact that like, hey, these ones are short, And Then He Kissed Her by Laura Lee Gerke. This is one that I previously had just purchased because I had seen it on my viewer recommendation form. I don't know what this one is about. It's a historical romance. I've read one Laura Lee Gerke before and I enjoyed it, so happy to try this one. The Siren by Tiffany Reese. This is one that's been recommended to me since I first ever started doing BDSM. I've only read like 2 other Tiffany Reese before. I'm very excited to give this one a go. Excited to start this world by this author. Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer. I have no idea what this one is about. I don't think it's actually about a ghost. It might be. I think it's more about like ghosted in the term of like someone stopped communicating with someone. But I've read some J.M. Darhauer before and really liked it, so I wanted to give this one a go. I picked it mostly because the title was Ghosted, and I was like, oh, it's October. Let's read this one. It seems good. Faye's Captive by Lily Archer. Again, I have no idea, but I'm assuming this is paranormal in some way. Prisoner by Skye Warren and Annika Martin. So this one is twofold. This book is my best friend Shauna, who was actually just here visiting for her birthday. She has been trying to get me to read this book forever. So have viewers. This is her like favorite captive, I believe, that she's like ever read. And a lot of you have recommended to me whenever I talk about captive. So October is the month. My Husband, My Stalker by Jacqueline. Again, this was one I picked to have like a quicker read to do. Red by S.J. Sanders. Cool cover. Looks to be appropriate for the fall and for spooky season. So let's do it. And then the last one that I want to get to for sure is Paradise by Judith Mcnaught. I've been wanting to read more Judith Mcnaught. I have many Judith Mcnaughts that were in my form. Seriously, I have 5 different Judith Mcnaughts that have been recommended. This one I decided to go with. We'll see how it turns out. So there you go. Those are all the books that I'm going to try to read in October. I'm very excited to be reading more viewer recommendations. I try to pull those whenever I can, but I've been mood reading super hard lately, and so sometimes picking a random number generated book is just like, nah, my brain is like, no, I just want to read what I want. But I've had some great luck, and I am just so blessed when you guys give me recommendations. It makes me so happy when I love a book that you guys recommended to me. It's the best feeling, okay? Also, I forgot to mention this when I said it. If you don't know about the buddy reads, what we do is it takes place in my Discord. It's been a long time since I mentioned what a Discord is, but you can always find the link for the Discord down below. I think it's its own link, but it's also in my link tree, if you see down below. And it's basically an app where you can chat, okay? You can have it on your desktop or on your phone. It was originally used for like gamers to like have contact about like gaming and stuff, but I use it to post updates, to talk about reading chats. It's also, if you're a channel member, there are designated channels that just belong to you. So if you're a channel member and you've never gotten in Discord before, you should check it out because there is some, you know, special stuff that I share in there. But that is where the chat for Hollow Heathens will be taking place. I don't set a specific parameters for when we read the book. It's really any time during the month. You can just pop in and chat about your progress and what you're thinking. And I try to post my thoughts every couple chapters that I read to keep the conversation going. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I can't wait to get to all of these books. You can find me at all my socials down below. And of course, you can see me here on YouTube. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.